I have been in the house. I've not left the house at all for 2 weeks now, and I am going a little bit doolally. So I am very pleased to tell you that I'm nipping out. I'm going to have a quick walk today, and then I'm going out tonight. I know, even better. I have found 2 of my favourite winter coats that I've not been able to wear since 2019. Oh my goodness. So I'll be wearing one of those right now, and then I'll be wearing one of those later. I'm going out today. I'm going to show you the reason why I'm wearing this continuous glucose monitor, and how I've managed to lose 6.5 pounds this week. I know. So see you on the other side. Hey, it's me, Jo, from Jo's Sleep and Slim Down Journey, and I'm really excited to be here, literally. In fact, I'm saying I'm excited. I'm going out. I'm going out. I'm going out right now. Look, this is one of my favourite coats that I've not worn since 2019, and my ex had decided that he hated it, which meant that I loved it even more. But the other thing, I mean, it's a bit cold. So I've got to put my winter coat on. Look, I can fit into it now. Do you see? As I say, I've not been able to wear this since I put on 140 pounds when I became really unwell, and I've been housebound. Well, as you know, I'm not housebound anymore. So let me get Sir Michael Caine. Let me get my gloves and my scarf. And let's head out. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. Now where do I get that feeling? Everything's going my way. So I am taking a walk out today because I'm going stir crazy. But also I want to see the new street art that graffiti artist Kid 30 has done in Nottingham on the skate park. So I'm going to quickly go and have a look at that and then come back. I can't be out long because I'm going out tonight. I'm going out for the 50th birthday party. So keep an eye out for a very short that may go out later today, just to show what I'm wearing. Okay, well, I wanted to talk to you today about the continuous glucose monitor and why I'm wearing it. Well, for those of you who do know my story already, you know that over the last 5 years I put on 140 pounds with so many different chronic illnesses being diagnosed, before finally we realised that I've got primary aldosteronism. One of the big things that was happening, of course, was the severe sleep apnea, and that meant that my body was in constant stress because I was waking up. If I was asleep, I was waking up every 45 seconds, and my heart would stop beating for up to 4 seconds, and my blood oxygen levels were very, very low. I think they were like 84, 86, I can't remember now. But what that meant was that cortisol was raging. Cortisol was raging through my body. And cortisol is a wonderful hormone when it's working as it should. So what should happen is, if you're sleeping well, then you should get some cortisol and some growth hormones that help to give you like a dawn phenomenon. But what that does is it helps you wake up in the morning. So because my body was just raging with this cortisol, I kept waking up, so my body became distressed, so more cortisol was being released. Then that also meant that, oh my goodness, more stress was happening in my body. And that, of course, would have been really setting off the primary aldosteronism. For those of you who don't know, aldosterone is another hormone. and it's a hormone that regulates the renin and ultimately increases sodium when needed to, to regulate the water retention in your body. Of course, your body does need sodium in the system as well. So, for many of you also know that I do a carnivore diet or a keto diet. Essentially, I'm eating a whole lot of animal protein and fish protein and animal fats. And then I have like green veg like courgettes, which I think you in the States call zucchini. I'm a huge fan of rocket, again, which you in the States call arugula. And green peppers and chilies are always on my menu. So many of you might be wondering, well, why are you wearing a continuous glucose monitor? And I'm wearing the Sibio GS3 at the moment. And that lasts for 14 days. In fact, you get 28 days worth if you purchase one. And if you look, there's a discount code in my video description. The reason why I'm wearing one is because I was wearing the Ketone monitor. And the Ketone monitor was brilliant. But it wasn't showing me what I thought it would show me. And I couldn't understand why. Well, we know as well that I am unwell. We know that I'm unwell. And although I am feeling so much better, I am very, very unwell. And so that could have been what was happening every time, especially through November and December. I was getting a flare-up like every 2 or 3 weeks, whether it was a fibromyalgia flare-up, whether I was catching a cold or a flu, and then flaring up all over again. So the ketone monitor for the last couple of months has just been showing like 0.1. And I'm like, well, why? Oh my goodness, have I got loose skin on my face? Right, note to self, we need to get that radio frequency tool on this face. Okay, but no, it's not about the radio frequency tool. This is about the glucose. So when I installed the glucose monitor on Friday. It was on Thursday, and today is Saturday. So I've been wearing it for 2 days. And oh my goodness, I've been seeing some really, really amazing results already. So the first thing that I noticed was, it's wonderful. I am pre-diabetic. And I can understand why I was pre-diabetic, because, as I say, I was eating low carb. I've been eating low carb, keto, carnivore for like 10 years. I was like, well, why am I pre-diabetic? And my levels would usually be, I think when we measure it in the UK, it's got to be under 42, and I can't remember what the 42 is. I will put something I'll see if I could do something that will pop up on the screen. Anything under 42 is fine. Anything over 42 but below 44 means you're pre-diabetic. Well, my levels used to be was circa 35, so that was great. Then all of a sudden they went up to 43. I was like, say what? Well, since wearing this continuous glucose monitor, I am understanding why that might possibly be. So the first thing was, on Thursday, I attached it and I set up the app that you get. You get a free app, and the app shows some incredible data. You can put in details like what you've eaten, what medication, whether you've done any activity or not, whether you've gone out to see the wonderful artwork by Kid 30 in Nottingham. And so you can put all of that data in, and the glucose monitor is actually monitoring what's happening with your glucose. So on Friday, you will see on the screenshot that I'm sharing with you now. On Friday, you could see that suddenly my glucose shot from 4.6 to 5.6. And you know what was happening? I was having a conversation with somebody, and I was getting upset. And then when I was getting upset, then I started feeling like I want to fight them. Where you you wanted to pick an argument. So I was picking an argument with this person after I just found out some really upsetting news. And then I was like, I need to go. Well, that was the fight and flight. That's what's been going off with my aldosteronism. With that, it's the aldosterone then sets off the adrenaline, and then I get a really bad response from the adrenaline. And sure enough, we could see it in real time that together with that, then the cortisol must have also been reactivated, which was then making my liver generate some glucose ready to fly out there. Remember, I eat low carb, so there was, your body generates its own glucose when it needs it. So anyone who tells you that you have to eat carbs because your body needs glucose, they don't really know how the body works. So my body was able to generate glucose from the protein that I was eating, and what have you. So anyway, we could see that happening in real time. Amazing, right? Well, the second thing that happened was, and this was my own choice. I'm going to put it out there. This is my own choice. But it was an own choice based on the fact that my lady times arrived. So I decided, you know what? I've not had carbs for a few weeks now. I'm going to have some gluten-free cake. Don't judge me. Judge me now. Remember, I'm wearing the monitor and watching what's happening. Sure enough, I'd had some, I eat one meal a day. So I'd had my ground pork. I had it with some feta cheese, and I had it with courgettes as well. And it was delicious, a lovely, high protein, very low carb meal. We could see there was barely any issues at all on the glucose monitor. But then about 3 hours later, I decided I'm going to have some gluten-free cake. And it was a gorgeous ginger cake. And I'm going to tell you right now, it was gorgeous. So I had this cake. We could see my glucose spiking. But here's the thing. It spiked. For sure it spiked. I think it got up to 8.6 at one point. But you can see right now, which is 14 hours later, it's coming back down. Which means that my body is now handling the insulin response, so much better than it once did. I love seeing little children. Sorry, just watching the little children there. So yeah, that was a fantastic response. Well, why is that important? Well, for those of you that follow my channel, you know already that I started this weight loss journey in April 2024. I had that dark brown ring around my neck that showed I was insulin resistant. And again, I was like 351 pounds. So, even when I was eating low carb for 3 years, I was still showing as insulin resistant. Well, now, if my glucose levels were spiking, but only spiking, they were less than double figures. After gluten-free cake. So even though they were spiking, they are now coming back down. They're coming back down, which means that insulin's working as it should, which means that my insulin sensitivity is improving, which is fantastic. So the fact that now that my health is starting to be improved, we know that I've got Colin, the CPAP machine. He's making sure that I'm getting enough sleep, and the cortisol spikes are just that dawn phenomenon, helping me wake up in the morning. Because at the end of the day, like today, I'm in tip-top shape. And which is fabulous, isn't it? So I'm expecting I've had my little walk, I'm going back in, I'm going to get my nails done, I'm going to sort myself out, might even try doing something with my eyebrows, and then I'm going to get ready for tonight. Because it's that party, and I'm going to go out there looking as glamorous as I can. So yeah, 6.5 pound loss this week. Glucose monitors show me what's actually happening in my body, and I'm in tip-top shape today. So, folks, tell us something about your non-scale victories. Have you not seen Naomi Sparkles from Made to Sparkle and Shine? She's just done a fabulous video reminding us that we have to keep an eye on those non-scale victories. She's asked us to list 5 non-scale victories that we've had over the journey. So check out her video. I'll put a link to it in the video description. But until then, I want to say to you folks, I've really enjoyed my walk out today. Yes, it's windy, look at it. But I've really enjoyed it. So, sleep well, slim down, and